y'all, welcome back to another Vlogmas. I know the scenery has changed. We're not on our cow print polka dot wall. We are in the comfort of my bed. We're here in the comfort of my bed. I thought that I should do story time with y'all and open up with y'all in a place where I feel most vulnerable, my bed. So I'm just going to talk about something that I've been struggling with for the past year and a half, or pretty much for a long period of time actually, and that's friendship. This past year I have almost lost 3 of my good friends, and for the majority of the year I did lose 1 of my good friends. And honestly, it was, they say you have to let something go so you know how much it means to you, but that's a load of crap. I'm telling you right now, that's a load of crap. I found out in the past year that I myself have not been a good friend to my friends. I don't give them the things that I in a sense would want from them, and part of that is because I didn't know how. I didn't really grow up with like a really good nurturing friendship. I've had one friend that I've been friends with since the sandbox, and I was in her wedding. She has 2 kids. I seen the kids once, and I realized that like I am not a good friend, or I should say I was not a good friend. But I'm working on towards to being a good friend. So in this story time, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to talk about my sister friends. And I know you guys don't know them. Those 3 girls are really the bread and butter of my world. I love them dearly, and without them I would probably be not here right now. And I'm going to tell you how the friendship started with some of us, in a short version, not a long version. I don't want this video to be like 60 minutes. But I'm gonna break down how we all became friends, how I became friends with each of them, and then how we all became friends together, and then how I almost lost them all. So stick around. This is our story time.
Baby, that's when you'll come. That's when I'll see you.
Okay, so these are my friends. This is who I call sister friends. And I met Izzy and Joy, and Izzy and Joy is the redhead and the one with the dreads. I met Joy through Izzy, and I met Izzy through another mutual friend that we had, and they were close friends. And then things happened, and then that close friend told me like something happened with her and Izzy, and then she was like, well, if you're gonna be my friend, you can't be Izzy's friend. And I was like, well, Izzy's pretty dope. I don't think that as us being grown women I should have to choose between friends. So I chose Izzy over that friend, and then me and Izzy became friends. And then I met Joy the week of Izzy's wedding, because I hung out with all of the bridesmaids and stuff and did all like the bachelorette party and all that jazz like that. Fast forward to me being friends with them. We were sister friends, me, Joy, and Izzy. I met Dominique about some years after. She did my makeup for a photo shoot that I was in, and instantly from that day we like clicked. She was super nice. We're both Libras. We're like 2-3 days apart on birthdays, and we clicked. And then one day we got really close and we started talking, and then the pandemic happened, and she started doing my nails. And as she started doing my nails, we developed a friendship, and me and Dominique hit it off real fast. Like we were BF like that. I don't give people the title of BFF very loosely, and that's just back for just some past trauma. But me and Dominique became BFFs like instantly. Like we talked every day. Like we both worked from home, so we were talking to each other all day at home. Like we became really close. And I used to have another friend named Dominique. that I became really close with too, and she was my best friend. So the friendship with me and Dom started to be like the other friendship with me and Dom, like how close we were. And it was scaring me because I'm like, oh no, is this gonna be the same, you know, downward spiral as me and the other Dom? Not even thinking that like my friend Dom now is way better at communicating and telling how she feels and expressing and showing that like she only wants the best for me, and she's just such a great friend. I'm living off of past trauma with the other Dom that I'm bringing it to the new friendship with this Dom, and it was triggering. And the things that I said to her on our phone call the day that we had got into it was very, very hurtful. And after I said it, I instantly regret everything I said. I didn't want another failed friendship. Like, Dominique was like, to say she was my world will be like crazy, because that's something that you would say to like a guy, but Dominique literally was my world. Literally was like the person I called to tell all my good news to, all my bad news to, the person I leaned on for understanding and clarity, and the friend that never told me what I wanted to hear, but told me what I needed to hear. She prayed for me. She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And so I was scared of our friendship. And I mostly said some pretty messed up things to her, to the point where we weren't friends for like a year. Throughout that year of not being her friends, and then seeing like her interact with my other two friends, it hurt me so bad, because I'm like, look at them, the three of them, they're going to concerts together, they're hanging out together, and I'm just an outcast, and I have nobody to blame but myself. What really was the root of the issue for me was I didn't want my worlds to collide. I know how much of a good person Dominique is, and I know how much a good person Joy and Izzy is, and I was just like, all this together was just too much for me. Like, I wanted to keep my friends separate. And I also have another best friend. His name is David. We're like this, so he doesn't need to be in this story, but I don't want to forget to mention him. Like, I at a time would only want my friends to mingle at social events like my birthday. Other than that, I didn't want my friends to become friends with each other. I don't know why I didn't want that. I'm still in therapy trying to figure that out. But the night that we went and had our photo shoot, that we took these pictures, it clicked, like, they all get along. And if I fall out with one of them, I'm going to fall out with all of them, and I don't want that. I want that, like, if the small chance of me falling out with one of them, then if I fall out with Izzy, then yes, I will lose Joy as a friend, but I will still have Dominique. Or if I like fall out with Dominique for some reason, I would still have Joy and Izzy. So like, I never wanted them to like coexist in the same world, which is really stupid. I know that, and saying it out loud sounds stupid. Trust me, my therapist is like, girl, you got some issues, and I'm like, that's why I'm here. But the past year of like not being friends with Dominique because of the shit that I said really hurt me, and just not being there for her in ways that I wish I could has really killed me, because we're not as close as we used to be. I reached out to her like some months ago, and I told her like I miss her and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to become friends again. I just really miss and want my friend back. And she said that she doesn't hate me, she still loves me, she still wants to be friends. It's just going to take a while to get over that. And I was like, understandable, like, I'm here, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Fast forward to like our birthday month, I like I said in the beginning, she did my nails. So fast forward to my birthday month, I was supposed to get my nails done by my cousin, because I ended up going to my cousin to do my nails since me and Dominique weren't speaking. And she had hit me up one day and she's like, are you ready for your birthday, ready for your trip? And I was like, not really, you know, like my cousin bailed on me, she couldn't do my nails, and Dominique was like, I'll do your nails. So I go over there, like I was just happy to just be in her presence, to see her. When I went over there, I brought her a birthday gift because, like I said, our birthdays are a couple days apart. And when I went over there, it felt like no time has passed as far as like talking and catching up and communicating, but you can still tell like there was some tension, and you can still tell that her wall is very much up, which as it should be. But she didn't treat me any different. She didn't treat me as if I was just like a horrible person. She still told me that she loved me. She still told me that she cared for me. She still told me that she would be there. But our friendship is going to take a long time to get back to where it used to be. And that's totally understandable. In the midst of that, I had to deal with almost potentially losing Izzy and Joy as friends as well, because of some things that I was doing. I wasn't being a good friend to them either. And I read a book called The Mean Girls Manual. I did a book review on it here, and I read it, and it just lists off like all the type of mean girls, and I realized that I was a really shitty friend. Like I would want them to do all this for me, but I wasn't really doing that for them. And reading that book just put a mirror to me and made me realize that like I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want to potentially lose the four people, and when I say four, I mean Izzy, Dom, David, and Joy. I didn't want to lose them. Those are my core four right there. And I sat down and I had went out to eat with Joy by herself and we talked. I went out with Izzy by herself and we talked. I still have yet to go out to eat with Dom and talk, but I feel like when we have our nail sessions we talk, but we don't really talk about like things that was said. Like we talk about it a little bit, but for the most part we don't. And I feel like in order for us to heal and get past that, we're gonna have to have that conversation. But we could be around each other and it's still love and it's all genuine. And I also lost another friend because Dom's sister is one of the nicest, dopest people too, and the things that I did to Dom made her not like me. And that hurt me too, because it will be times where me, Dom, and her sister will be at her house and we will have pop nights. And what I mean by pop nights is like those two girls love pop music just as much as me. So I will go over there and we would literally sing all the pop songs. So like I miss those times and those moments with them, and I have nobody to blame but myself for the actions that I took that day, because I just spazzed out. My therapist says that it was a manic attack. I was under stress. I was overwhelmed. I didn't really, the feelings that I was feeling and the things that was going on was new, but I don't want to blame my reactions on my illness. I don't want to blame every time that I like freak out and blow things out of proportions. I don't want to blame it on the fact that I'm bipolar. At some time I need to take accountability for my own actions, and I just can't be like, it's because I'm bipolar, it's the reason why. Like, no, I'm 36 years old. I should know, have a better controlling of these things. But I just wanted to make this video. It's totally out of the Vlogmas norm, but I did tell y'all I was going to give y'all a story time. And with a lot of, even with me seeing on social media a lot of people falling out with their friends or losing their friends or almost losing their friends or trying to figure out if they should be friends with their friends, I just feel like the topic of friendship is very strong this season. going into the new year, like I really truly learned, I just feel like we're in a season right now where like everybody is like falling out with their best friends or having arguments with their best friends or figuring out who their friends are. And I just feel like this conversation is worth having. I mean, I could go into more of a depth, but I didn't want to bore y'all with it. But if my friends, my core four, my sister friends and David, I call them my core four, if they're watching this, just know that I am trying to be a better friend. I am trying to be there mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm trying to check in more. I'm trying to invite y'all into my spaces and open up to y'all more. I'm just not used to having friends who actually really give a damn. I'm not used to friends who actually care. I'm not used to friends who actually say that when they're gonna do something, they do it, or if they say they're gonna be there, they're gonna be there. I'm truly learning that I am worthy of the love that y'all are giving me, because at times I don't feel like I deserve it. And I'm truly learning that like y'all deserve the love that I want from y'all. I should be giving to y'all. So that is my goal in the next few, from now, I shouldn't say in the next few years. That's my goal now that I'm working towards, to let y'all know and find ways to show y'all that I do love and care and support y'all and is there for y'all, just like how you guys are there for me. So if you're watching this, know that I love you. I thank you. I wouldn't be here without y'all. Y'all are truly like family to me. Y'all hold me down when my own family don't, and I appreciate y'all very, 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 very much. Y'all are my core four. This was hard to do without being emotional, but I really felt like for my story time in my Vlogmas that this story should be the one that I tell, and it's how I almost lost my friends. If you ever been in a situation like this, or if you are in a situation like this now and you're struggling with your friends and you don't know what to do, let's talk in the comments. I feel like I can't be the only one who's gone through this, or I can't be the only one who's been through this. It's hard. It's not easy, especially realizing that like you're the problem. No one wants to be the problem, but when you really sit there and you analyze things and you realize that like you are the problem, that shit hurts. It hurts really bad. Like, it's a hard pill to swallow, and you gotta look in the mirror and know that you're like a really shitty person to some people. So like, if you ever been through this, or you're going through this, or you know somebody that's going through this, or you feel like you could relate, or you don't know what to do, like, we could talk about it in the comments, because I know I'm not the only one. I know y'all are going through this. It tends to be the trend this year, and I feel like in 2024 you really learned who your real friends are and who isn't. So yeah, that was the story time with Nitra. It's probably going to be a lot more story times like this, and me open up and being vulnerable, but I feel like we're friends and y'all are here, and I promise y'all the story time and y'all got it. But back to a more lighter note of Vlogmas. We'll go ahead and put this video somewhere, you know, in the middle of things and not at the end, so we don't end Vlogmas on a lower note. But yeah, if you like this video, thumbs up. If you like this video, if you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and I will catch you for the next Vlogmas video. Until then, happy holidays and have a good day or night or evening whenever you're watching this. Bye.
Say it all the time and I believe it's true.